We are building my friend his first sports car on a budget. And unfortunately, the BMW we already bought is already costing a lot of money.
So we bought another one as a parts car.
But there's a surprise waiting for us, and a surprise that meant that this car might be worth more than parts.
Can we fix it, sell it, and maybe save the budget? Have we bought a parts car or maybe a secret bargain?
My name is Ethan, this is my friend Ben, and welcome to Car Creations. Previously, we found out that we needed a lot of parts, and the cost of BMW parts add up really quick. So we decided that we would buy a whole second car as a parts car and then steal parts from that. This red BMW 428i should have everything that we need and was so much cheaper than buying all the parts individually, as well as we could sell the remainder of the parts and maybe make some of our money back, which would be a huge win for us. The auction listed that it was a non-starter and was missing a key. It was just a parts car, nothing more. But if there was a chance that we could make this car run, that would be a huge bonus because we could then go ahead and flip the car and use the money to buy brand new parts for Ben's BMW. However, even with buying the car, we should be able to stay under the budget of $10K, as we bought the car for just over $4,000.
All right, so car 2 arriving right now, and let's see if they'll actually bring it to where they said they would. I have the BMW tow hook ready to put in the front bumper, so we ain't having to take off the front bumper or wrecking any bumpers to try to get this thing off the truck.
Now this car really wanted to be an issue right from the beginning. The transporter was delayed, so it arrived when it was dark. The car obviously was a non-starter, so our only option was to unload it with a tractor using skates. Currently waiting now at the road. He should be arriving here any minute.
I see lights down there. Is it?
Hello there. Yep, that is correct. No, we'll pull it from the back. We won't take it from the side.
Okay. Let's try that.
Yeah.
There is no key.
Yeah, I do not know why. It's the first thing I'll be doing is getting a key. There's some overspray under there.
This is gonna be interesting.
Tractor. Cable. Now this is when the video could have gone a lot more expensive, and not just because of the BMW. All right, stop there. Stop. I'd probably prefer just to wreck the transmission than break all the panels of the car. Stop. It was almost right off. That was bad.
It's like handing a bum.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's coming back this way. Yeah, you're good? You're good? You're on it? Yeah, you're on it? Yeah, you're still good? Still good? A little bit? All right, you're off. Woo!
The auction said that this car had no key, and modern BMWs need to be turned on in order to put them into gear. So this car was locked and could not move. However, we found the key.
Oh, this is gives you the seatbelt.
It's supposed to be connected, and when you get in, it will like hand you the seatbelt.
You need the key. Hey, you want the key?
Break it off.
Does it have the key? What? BMW 428i red. Suddenly, this is no longer a donor car because now that we had a key, we could actually test it. Maybe the previous owner had lost the key, maybe the auction had. Either way, we now have an opportunity to have a car flip on our hands.
Which is exactly how salvage and auction sites trick you into having hope. And unfortunately, we had hope.
I don't think there's any power.
Yeah, no way.
All right, where do we put this? Anywhere?
You got power?
Yeah, I guess we're just rolling it in. So maybe this will start it, we'll see. With the car safely off the truck and not starting, unfortunately, we just had to get it up to our shop. So we loaded it into the trailer and we prepared to try to start it again the next day.
The only bit now?
Welcome to Car Creations, guys. In this video, we are flipping a trailer and a car.
Let's go, guys.
We need to hook up the actual jump starter here. It says here that it's charging / maintaining, so that means the battery should be charged.
Best case in this scenario would be a dead battery, and medium case would be like issue with the grounding or fuse or something like that. Worst case scenario, a dead engine.
High voltage plugged into this, so that there's no excuses when it doesn't run. Let's get this car started.
Try harder, bro.
Every time we try to start it, the car would cut power and immediately turn off. At this point, I still wanted it to be something simple. And in my mind, simple kind of meant something to do with the battery. We found a GPS tracker probably not the issue. Maybe a fuse is blown, but I checked them all. Maybe the ground strap is corroded. We put a jumper cable from the engine to the chassis. Nope. Began to cross off all the cheap options as to why this car wouldn't start.
Every fix made it feel like we were one step away, but they all ended the same. It's a parts car.
I almost want to blame it on the starter. But like, if the engine was seized, would that be happening because the starter can't turn it over? So I think this is the last time we're going to investigate this as a power issue. We have the battery, brand new battery, this time not even a used one from another BMW. If this doesn't work, then it's got to be something completely different.
So once the electrical stuff wouldn't fix it, we began to wonder if maybe something inside the engine was seized. Was there something in the engine physically stopping the starter from doing its job?
Which is a very polite way of asking, did we buy a BMW with a seized engine?
So we put a socket on the engine and tried to turn it by hand.
Just going to connect to the flywheel down there and see if we can turn it. You need to go clockwise only, right?
Oh, that's bad.
First socket we've lost on this car.
All right, here we go.
All right, here's nothing. Oh, it moved. So engine might still be good.
That was good news, kind of. And the engine probably wasn't completely seized, however, it didn't explain why the starter wouldn't crank it. At this point, it was not fully locked up, but it also didn't really feel normal.
Every time it just cuts power. I don't know.
So next, we're gonna pull some codes with a BMW tool called ISTA Plus.
It's complete verification down here.
And with that, it's pointing us towards two issues. It says that it might be a starter issue, but also that the transmission needs programming. So we decided to start with the transmission, because programming, easy, right? No. To do that, you need the transmission number, and that is buried somewhere on the transmission, which, you know BMWs, it's gonna be hidden deep inside the car.
It's not easy to see from the top. I guess I'm going under. I'm definitely gonna die for this car. I think we have one of the under trays out.
I found a number, it was the wrong number. Then I found another number, also wrong. So that's when trailer diagnosis is going to be finished.
Okay, I can't find it. I'm done with this car. Ugh. That's impossible to get to. Why do you need that in order to code it?
We're tired of this car, and the car's winning.
So we have no idea if it's the engine or if it's starter or what the issue is. So we decided that we would get it moved into our shop, and that's where we could finally jack it up and take some things apart. But this car cannot even travel 5 feet without another issue. It's crazy that a tractor can pull an entire trailer with a car in it. Halfway there, we heard something violently move inside the trailer. Uh-oh. We just heard a noise. Something moved in the trailer.
That's not good.
Do you think the car moved?
It's the car.
The car may have moved. Oh, and hit the wall. This car may be a parts car, as long as the trailer isn't broken. That might be from the car. Ben, can we blame you for this somehow?
It's not good, not good, not good, not good.
This car has an issue with rolling.
I do YouTube full time and all these builds can be super expensive. So to help support all this, we are starting a merch line. We are working with some local artists to get some really cool designs going of both Mini and BMWs. The designs are almost done, so they will change a little bit. I'm telling you guys right now because we are doing a giveaway. Anyone that leaves a comment on this BMW video, any of the future BMW repair videos, or the past 2 repair BMW videos, we will choose one comment from each video and we'll be sending you a shirt of your choice. Please leave a way we can contact you, so either your Instagram profile or just verify that your YouTube profile is public and that you have an email address there that we can contact you with.
3, 2, 1. There we go.
How did we not break anything?
All right, so we got this red BMW into the shop, and now we have to figure out how we can get to the starter.
At this point, the starter is the main suspect.
Should we test it one more time just in case it starts?
All right, here goes nothing. It's so close every time. My favorite tool to use on any car is a metal trim remover, because look how easy it is to remove this. You just remove that, and it comes right out.
Huh, we're already halfway there.
But I haven't disconnected the battery, so I probably just killed the car.
So now we have to remove the ECU, the wiring, the intake manifold, and basically half the other wiring and hoses just to get to the starter.
There we go.
BMW is saying, if you want this starter, you better earn it.
So we have the intake manifold out and we have reached the starter motor. Right down there where that red cable is. That is a rat's nest of cables and vacuum hoses and leaves. Yeah, this car was actually manufactured with leaves and pine cones.
After all that work, hopefully we'll find out that the starter isn't actually working, because if so, maybe it's an easy fix of simply putting in a new starter. And we already have that part ordered.
See something. Yes.
We have birthed the starter motor
Let's
out
go.
of the engine.
So can we like test it somehow?
Yeah, we can do a bench test.
Okay, we're getting power through it.
So the motor's running. The last question is, does the solenoid actuate? So that's supposed to come out like that. All right, ready?
Oh, yeah, that worked that time.
All right, so that's a good starter motor.
So the starter motor isn't the issue.
The starter works, which sounds like good news, but it's not, because the cheap, obvious solution, cheap $500 starter, isn't actually the solution.
We tried a different starter anyway, just to remove any doubt of it working, and same result.
So we want to see if the starter will spin the engine. I guess we connect up the battery and we see if it will crank at least. All right, here goes nothing. Yeah, I really wonder if it's something to do with the timing chain or something like that. Might not show any errors if it's jumped a sprocket or if it's loose or something like that. And that is common for these engines. But there's oil dripping all over the alternator. Possibly might be issues there. I don't know, there's a lot of oil.
Back to the engine now. If the starter was good, then the only obvious issue is that there's something wrong with the engine. Now, there was a little hint that it's actually hard to turn, so maybe that's the issue.
Which is not something we want to admit.
So we pulled the spark plugs because maybe with no compression, it'd be easier to turn, but it's still just as hard to turn.
Engine turning time. It should be easier this time. So we took out the spark plugs and it's still just as tight. So hard to crank this engine by hand. Like, that took a lot of exertion to pull that. So we think that maybe this car is just starved of oil. As you can see, there isn't actually much oil in there. The chain is not getting lubricated as it's going around. So we're gonna drain it and see how much we get. You'd think it would be all lubricated from the oil all dripping there.
No way.
Oh, there's oil.
Oil.
So we dumped out the oil, we've tested it. It doesn't seem to be anything wrong with oil, maybe a bit old. I'm gonna be pouring in our 4 liters that we have found here. We're gonna be turning the engine at the same time. So hopefully we can get things lubed up. All right.
What does that mean?
It could be timing related, oil starvation, the timing chain could be bad in some way because maybe there's something binding internally, or maybe it's something else I haven't thought of. But it does prove one thing, and that this car is not really the quick fix that we thought it was going to be. It started as a parts car only to fool us with a key and made us think that we could start it. Unfortunately, it really is just a parts car.
Which is sad for poor Dave.
So now we can actually pull the parts off for Ben's BMW, which is very exciting. But I hate the idea of killing this car without actually knowing what the issue is. So maybe we'll dig into some troubleshooting with the engine in the future.
Or we could just steal everything from it.
True.
Which, by the way, my car needs a name.
Also, comment below what the issue might be. Did we miss something? What do you guys think the issue is probably with this N20 engine? We hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't yet, please make sure to like and subscribe, as also we really appreciate that. Most of all, we hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.